Hey guys, today I'm going to make for you a soul food staple, hot water cornbread. My grandmother used to make this all the time. I don't even remember a time that it was not leftover hot water cornbread on our stove. And I used to steal it and eat it. And my grandma used to say, "Corey, you been in my hot water cornbread?" And I used to say, "No, ma'am." And she said, "Well, you got little crumbs on your mouth and them little greasy hands." And I said, "Yes, ma'am." So I used to eat this like it was candy. I mean, I don't know why I love it so much, but I'm going to show you how to make it. It's very simple. It's only a few ingredients. So let me show you my ingredients. Let's get started. Okay, here's our ingredients. We have about 1.5 cups of yellow cornmeal. I have a teaspoon of salt, about a tablespoon and a half of sugar. You don't have to use the sugar if you don't want, because traditionally you don't use sugar, but I seem to like mine a little bit sweeter. You don't usually use pepper, but I bought this new pepper melody and I wanted to try it. I haven't cooked nothing today, so I was like, well, let me maybe try it in there. But usually you don't put pepper, but this is the new pepper melody I found, and I want to see how this tastes. So I needed to put it in something, so I'm going to try it in this. So you just add your sugar. No, actually that's salt. This is your sugar. That might be a little bit too much, so add about a table. That was about a tablespoon and a half. Look, I'm kind of deciding whether or not I want to use this. I'll go ahead and use it. Now, the reason why they call this hot water cornbread is because you cook it with hot water. Now, this is boiling hot water that I have, and you just add a little bit at a time. And you want to stir it. And you just keep adding. And the consistency that you're looking for is kind of like clay. You know, some people say like sand. I don't think it's like sand. It's more like clay. And you just keep adding until you get to a consistency. I'll show you the consistency you want, because you want to make them into patties and drop them in the grease. Now, some people don't make them into patties. A lot of times I see my grandmother do it. She would just, you know, making it a little bit soupier than what I'm going to make it. And she would actually just drop it in the grease and they would form little patties. And I have water right here. This is so it doesn't stick to your hand. Okay, so let me turn it to the grease so you guys can see how it's coming out. Actually, I want you guys to see how I form the patties. Now, this is also going to keep it from sticking, and it's also going to keep it your hand, because this is hot. So you want to put it in your hands. I'm used to it, so it really doesn't bother my hands that much. But you just kind of, you put it in your hand. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Got a little water in the grease. And you just want to form patty. Some people make it like footballs, because some people do call it spoon bread. Some people call it a pone bread. But this is all you do. My grandmother used to have the little, her little fingerprints in it. You know, it would be like that with little fingerprints in it. And it's nothing but usually cornmeal and water. You know, as we got evolved, people start putting other stuff in it. But I tell you, there was some good eating. You can eat these with greens, your beans, anything you eat regular cornbread with, you can have your hot water cornbread. So let me let you see how to fry them up. Okay, I have this on about a medium heat. A 1.5 cups oil. You want to just cover the oil, cover the pan with oil. Maybe a little bit more than that. Not making a lot. Because if I make a lot, guess what? I'll sure eat a lot. And you're going to fry them till they're golden brown on each side. I don't need quite that much oil. I got a little bit more oil than I need. And I always use a thin spatula so I can get up underneath there good so they don't stick. So I will come back when it's time to turn them. All right, let's see. It's time to turn these. It is. Be careful because this grease is very hot. These are perfect. I love grease. And Dante's not here tonight. It's on business, so it's just me and Malachi. And Malachi don't really like them. He only eat about one of them. So I'll come back in a second to let you see what it's looking like. Alright, this should be done. They don't take that long because the hot water basically cooks the cornmeal. That's what the hot water is for. So you want them kind of crunchy, and so these are perfect on the outside, and you want them, you know, tender on the inside. And there you go. For those of you that didn't know how to make hot water cornbread, that's your hot water cornbread. You guys have a great evening.